First time in Rochester?
Oh yeah,
How'd you like it?
I loved it. It's so great. It's peaceful, and it's a really really great place to play.
Why is that?
I think people can hear. You
Yeah.
know, they have good music here. And I just learned, I didn't know that before, but I could feel that there were a lot of musicians out there. You can tell as a musician who is played in front of audiences different parts of the country. You can tell when the audience is musically inclined.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a good audience and a musically inclined audience.
Mm-hmm.
And a musically inclined audience is one that is good, but they also can go there. Like we started the show out with a bass solo tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We started the show out with a bass solo. An acoustic double bass solo is usually the last thing that you do when you've exhausted every other possibility. And from the first note, everybody was with us. The third song was a drum solo.
Yeah.
It's like you can go to these places when the audience is ready, and that just adds a layer of depth and nuance to your show. So I could just tell from the first note that the audience had a certain level of understanding. Because when you take that kind of risk and they're not there, you feel it immediately. It's like, oh, well, we out here. We out here.
Out here to drive.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned that your trumpet player hasn't even graduated yet.
Yes.
But of any artist today who's younger than you, who inspires you the most to continue to be excellent?
Well, actually, the guys in the band. I mean, the saxophone player, Patrick. Gibton hasn't graduated yet. Patrick recently graduated. I mean, he may be 6 or 7 years younger than I am. I mean, I think that, you know, now I'm 32, so I'm old enough to have people who are 18, 19, 20 in the band. I remember when I was that kid, you know, so it's cool to have that kind of transfer to me now. It's a blessing. So that inspires me. And really finding the people who are around the world, the internet inspires me because I find there's a trumpet player and she's in Ecuador and she's
she's like 11 or 12 or
yes.
something, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's inspiring.
Yeah.
Matt Whitaker is a pianist who I've mentored since he was 11. Now he's 18 and just started playing at Juilliard. He plays organ and piano. He's visually impaired, but he's his ears are like eyes.
Yeah.
You can play something for him one time, and he'll remember it for the rest of his life. So and he's got such a soul and a heart, and he's a great family. I mean, there's so many younger musicians, so I just like to discover them through the internet.
Beautiful. That's a good use of it, not using it for negativity. Another big picture question. If you could accomplish one thing in your musical career and be happy knowing that you accomplished it, what would it be?
I want to do a huge concert that feels like most of the concerts that I play. Like when I say huge, I mean like Guinness Book. Like I want to do like a long concert that's like at least 100,000 people in one space and then like streamed across the world. Every part of the world, in like corners of the world, at just remote corners of the world. I just want to transfer this energy because I really do think I've been blessed with a certain energy, like a life force, an energy force. And I've figured out over the last 10 years how to use it really well. And I think that it's going to come a time where I can project it in a way that can really bless a lot of people. So I'm going to figure out how to do that. But again, I just don't really... I pace myself. You know, it doesn't have to be tomorrow. It could be 20 years from now. I'm not in a rush. I'm not trying to like be like super famous to like do that in a certain way. Everything happens in the right way.
Exactly.
And I think that, so it's not like a goal like I want to play Madison Square Garden. You understand? It's almost like it could be in a field somewhere. But that's what I want to do. That's a goal that I'd be happy with.
Perfect. We've touched on this a little bit. Do you have any advice for aspiring artists?
Wow. Have faith. Have faith in something. For me, I have faith in God. That grounds me and helps me to understand my purpose. Because I think if you don't have purpose, you don't have anything. Because you can be great. You can be the greatest. But without purpose and intention, it becomes meaningless to you. Not even to, I'm not even talking about to the audience, because you can fool the audience sometimes. It comes to a point where you can't fool the audience, but you can go a long time depending on how much talent you have fooling the audience before they catch on. But it's even worse to do that, because then you're fooling yourself. And I think that that's the worst part about not having purpose, because purpose is like a lie detector. Like if I go on stage and I play something that don't align with my purpose, I feel it even like days after. So, and nobody can live with that for too long without something negative happening. So I think that that's the one thing that I tell every artist when I teach or when I go to schools, like, why you play? Why? Because you can be good, but that doesn't mean you have to be a musician. You can do it as a hobby. You can do it to bring your family joy. You can do it to teach your kids. You can do it to go and minister to people in nursing homes. Or you can do it to like go to orphanages and bring people joy once a month. Or you know, it's like it can be a service, or it can be something that you do to stimulate your mind. Or figure out why. That's what I say.
Jon, thank you. Really appreciate your time, my friend.
Yes, indeed.